What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. I have a matchup today of Blue Buggy into Green Zoro. This is a tough matchup, one of the toughest ones. Lost a dice roll. We are going second. I've thought of a lot of ways to beat this deck. It's definitely a losing battle, I will say that. But I have ideas, and one of the ideas involves Richie. So we're going to keep this hand, despite the fact that it's suboptimal, I'll say it, because it has two Richies in it. I think Richie makes a huge point. It'll eventually be PRBO2 Galdino. A huge point of saving you until they get to about 7 or 8 Dawn. Meanwhile, he taps one for a Corona Searcher, and he grabs a Mihawk blocker off of that. We're going to start off with a Galdino search. We're going to search top 4. We're going to add a 2K Kabaji. The reason being is I have the promo buggy. Promo buggy into 2K Kabaji is an incredible play against Zoro because the buggy has a ton of power if they rest it. And if they rest the Kabaji, they can't kill it in battle. So he's going to swing 8 life, and we're going to take no trigger. We go to our 4 on turn, and normally we would be looking to play like an Alvida or play the Kabaji. We're going to swing 5 life. He gives us counter, but we're going to tap 4 in totality to play 2 Richie blockers. Let's get the blockers out of the way. Eventually he could rest both, but he's only going to be able to rest 1 for a while. He taps 2 in totality to play down Hiyori. He gets to search top 5 for a slash or a green event. Meanwhile, he hits our life. We get a trigger cross guild. We're going to add the Mihawk. So now we could promo buggy into Mihawk, or we could promo buggy into the Kabaji. The plan was always to promo buggy into Kabaji, but I grabbed the Mihawk. That could be a decent play. We're going to 1-cost search. We could add another Mihawk. We could add a Crockett Mihawk. We're going to add a 2K. And meanwhile, the fan's going pretty crazy right now, so that's why cards are getting blown around a little bit. We're going to swing 5 life. He takes, no trigger. And then we're going to leader effect. And the idea was I have 2 promo buggies in hand. My thought process was I'm going to promo buggy Mihawk 1 turn and promo buggy Kabaji the next turn. But then I also kind of want to keep this 3,000 Worlds for when he drops a Tashigi eventually. So I'm just really thinking this through. And the idea, again, the plan was promo buggy Kabaji. I think that's the objectively best play. But I'm going to pitch one of the promo buggies and then go promo buggy into Mihawk. I think this is just me losing sight of my goal. I'm going to pitch a Mihawk here. I should have played the Kabaji down, and I also should have kept the other promo buggy to go with the plan. Instead, I don't know what my plan is at this point because I don't have another caster, and I've passed up on the search of a Crockett Mihawk. Crockett Mihawk's not the most ideal caster in this matchup. But meanwhile, he's going to be able to do the Tashigi, rest my Mihawk. He's going to be able to swing a huge number into it, and then I'm going to give the blocker. So we do succeed in protecting it. But now we don't have a caster. We're already kind of behind the 8 ball because we're supposed to have a caster or play it. We didn't play a card on 4 on to count for the leader ability. We also don't even have a 10-cost buggy in general. So, like, I'm thinking about what to do here, and I'm just in a... Actually, we do have a 10-cost buggy. I'm in a tough spot because I want to establish the 5-cost Kabaji that can't be rested. I also want to 3,000 Worlds that Tashigi. So I am kind of sneaky in danger of losing. I'm at 2 life. I do have 2 blockers, but Zoro can rest a lot of things and also basically gain unblockable in theory. We're going to swing a 5 life, see what he does. He gives a counter. And we're going to go with the plan. We're going to play Alvida. Let's cycle the hand a little bit. Draw 3, trash 2. We'll pitch a cross guild, and then we'll also pitch a 2K, it looks like. No, we'll pitch the Galdino. And then we're going to do the remaining 4 Dawn. We're going to 3,000 Worlds Shigi, bottom deck of 5 cost. So now our board is, in theory, could potentially 10-cost buggy next turn. Might be too little too late. We're kind of in a weird spot. He taps 8 for a Dracula Mihawk blocker. He gets to restand 4 Dawn, so Entis only taps 4. But yeah, we can 10-cost buggy. If our board stays intact, we definitely want to give the Richie blocker at some point. He's going to swing 7 life, which is an interesting number. I'm just thinking this through. He's got like 4 standing Dawn. I'm thinking about how this is going to operate. If I give the blocker, I will give the Richie blocker. Then he's going to tap 3 for a Tashigi. And so I can't bottom deck that Mihawk anymore. Like I could, in theory, play it like a blocker, like a 4-cost, and then bottom deck the Mihawk. Don't have that option any longer. Instead, we're going to tap 5 to play the Kabaji down. The Kabaji I should have played much earlier. And then I'm going to tap 5, leader ability. We're going to pitch a 2K, and we're going to establish the 10-cost Buggy to bottom deck the Tashigi. And then we're going to pass it back to him. We are kind of in danger. We have a blocker, but he has 2. I mean, his leader could swing his Mihawk. If he swings the Mihawk, we could be in trouble. We do have him down to 3 life, but he has a ton of cards in hand. He's going to tap 8, well, really 4, again for another Mihawk blocker. Then he's going to tap 5 for a Tashigi. He's going to be able to rest a 6-cost, so rest our Mihawk, give 3 rested Dawn to the Zoro. And meanwhile, he has, I want to say, some extra Dawn, 2 extra Dawn. And he's going to swing 10 into the Mihawk. We'll let it die. Potentially could have saved it. But then he's going to swing life. He keeps both Mihawk blockers standing. And so at this point, I'm just thinking about what to do. I could Gravity Blade the Tashigi and Corona. I could also bottom deck and establish a Buggy with, and bottom deck one of the Mihawks. I'm just not in a good spot. I'm going to swing 5 life. I'm really hoping it turns one of the Mihawks sideways so I can kill it with the Buggy, then bottom deck it with another Buggy. So I'm swinging these 5s, hoping it just kind of turns one sideways. I mean, he wouldn't do that, but it's kind of what I'm just hoping. I feel like I'm in a rough spot here. And then also, my thought process, I need to establish blockers, but I'm also thinking in my head, I'm going to swing 5 life here. I'm thinking in my head that establishing blockers actually would be pointless. I'm counting on him having Dead Man's Game, counting on him to be able to rest blockers, and even if I'd have to establish multiple blockers. So what I'm going to do is just swing a 13 life. He's thinking on trigger. We have 9 Dawn. I'm going to play an Alvida and cycle out my hand. I already have a decent amount of 2Ks in hand, but I'm going to play the Alvida to cycle it, and I'm also going to play a Buggy to bottom deck one of the Mihawks. Let's take care of one of the swings. Yeah, so that's the idea. And again, I don't know if I'm doing this the right way, to be honest, but I'm thinking just he's going to be able to rest the blocker. Playing a 2K blocker down doesn't seem right. It was like a Richie. I'd spam Richies now. But because it's like a 4K Kabaji blocker or emoji, I'm not going to do that. Instead, let's cycle the hand. Let's draw 3, trash 2. We can pitch Promo Buggy in a 10 cost. And now we can pitch the Gravity Blade and then establish the 10 cost Buggy, bottom deck a Mihawk. So at this point, like, our hand is 5 2Ks. It's as good of a hand as we could possibly have for defense, but I feel like we're in a really rough spot. Again, showing 3 swings. We have no blocker. 3 swings we need to worry about. He swings 7 life. We're going to give 2 2Ks. We can counter out of a 10K swing now, and he's going to swing into the Alvida. And at this point, like, he's going to be able to restand the Zoro. So we got to let the Alvida die. Now he swings, I believe this is 9, and he has 6 standing Dawn. If I don't counter out of this, he can just put all his Dawn on Mihawk. I have no chance of surviving. There's not a counter in my deck that could save me, or a trigger. So I'm just thinking this through. I have to counter out of this, but I have to give my entire hand. So I do that. Now he can put 3 Dawn on Perona. He's like, I got 2 of these events, dude. I could restand it all day. And I was like, yeah, you got to do. So ultimately, I think I played this wrong. I've thought about how to play against Zoro, but I haven't thought much about going second because my thought process was it's already a cooked matchup. Let's try to find the most optimal route. Optimal route involves me going first. This was me going second. Having said that, I also feel like I made some horrible decisions. I think the Promo Buggy into Kabaji was a much better play on the 6 Dawn turn. I think keeping the Promo Buggy, keeping the caster in hand to play the Mihawk the second turn on 8 Dawn would have been better. And if I wasn't going to do that, I should have been grabbing Croc and Mihawk off the search. Instead, I was grabbing 2Ks. So I just kind of like didn't have a solid plan there, and I kind of paid the price there. I think he played it really well, and he was in a very strong spot. I'm not saying I could have won the game, but definitely could have made it a little bit more competitive. But anyways, that's how it goes sometimes. Let me know in the comments and they can do differently. Really appreciate you guys, and see you next time.